Maybe. There we go. Look at this. Okay. All right. Hold on a second. Let's get rid of that. Look at that. Okay. So, the topic that we want to discuss tonight has to do with personal protection. And I think it's a topic we can't discuss often enough. So, there's like a couple of different, I guess, types of safety that we could talk about, and things in which we have control over, and things that we don't have control over. Okay. So, which topic do you want to tackle first? What we have control over, what we don't have control over, Angie?
Let's start with what we do have control over.
Okay.
And I just wanted to say that it's ironic that this is the topic tonight because my last customer of the day gave me a pepper spray keychain because she ordered one and she thought she was ordering one and a box came, so she's just giving them out.
That's all.
Okay. Actually, let's start there with the pepper spray. Okay. Because it's legal in some states and not legal in other states, and there's like different formulations and stuff like that.
It used to be not legal in some states, but I believe it is now legal in all 50 states.
Okay. Because when I go for walking and stuff, I take care of bear spray with me. Because actually, we do have bears here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have a can of bear spray with me. But there's pros and cons to that, of course. And like anything that we're going to use for any kind of self-defense is going to be using it properly.
It is legal in every state. There are restrictions in Alabama, Arizona, Colorado, Connecticut, Georgia, Idaho, Kansas, Kentucky, and Indiana.
This is why I like my can of bear spray.
And there's also some restrictions in Alaska, Florida, Hawaii, New York, New Jersey, Nevada, Michigan, and North Carolina. Generally, those laws are you can't have it shipped there, but it's legal to use.
Okay. So when using something of the aerosol variety, there is, what's the name of that song about like not spitting into the wind?
Yeah.
You want to make sure you're spraying that the wind is not going to smack it back in your face.
It will. I can tell you from having used it a number of times, pretty much no matter how you spray it, you're going to get spray back. You're going to catch it. And I will tell you that the best way to get it off is going to be Dawn dish detergent, baby shampoo, and water. And if you get it in your eyes, you are going to put, because when we were in the academy, it was mandatory for us to get hosed down with it. You take Dawn, baby shampoo, a little bit of water, mix it up in your hand, and you put that right in your eyeball and get the lid, because that hurts less than the pepper spray. And it also breaks it up. So, yeah, and then just rinse.
Okay.
Also,
That's good.
another critical thing is when you are showering, shower with your head forward so that any that's on your head does not drain down onto the rest of your body. Because there was a gentleman that did not do that. And then was banging on the sergeant's door, screaming as he was naked in the hallway, going, "Wah!" Crying. And yeah, he burned his bits badly. So lean forward and wash and then rinse.
Okay, so there was the Parks Department. They have, whether it was their account or one of the accounts that parody them, something about that. So one of the tourists had asked, they had bear repellent spray, and the question was, do they spray it on themselves or towards the bear? And there was like, we're really glad you asked that question. Do not spray it on yourself.
No. Unless you
All right.
want your entire body to light up with an amazing sensation.
Well, that's actually not as stupid a question
No,
as it
it's not.
sounds, because when you get deer repellent for your yard, you spray it on the area you want the deers to stay away from. You're not hanging out in your bushes waiting to mace a deer, you know.
Well, maybe some people are, but generally no.
I mean, in general, like, yeah, the small animal repellent, you spray on the things you want the small animals to stay away from. So, not necessarily a stupid question.
No, I didn't think that was a stupid question either, because especially if you're used to using like a mosquito repellent
Yeah.
yourself. No, you can laugh because you probably laugh too. But anyway, so getting back to the topic and things that we can control. Okay. So, Angie, some of the scenarios that we have control over. Hey, Chris, mute yourself.
Okay. So one of the things that I see women doing often, and you should never, ever, ever do, is when you are in a place that is out of your control, meaning if you are not in your car with a locked door, in your house, or in a locked hotel room, your face should not be in your phone at any time. Because if you're looking here, you can't see what's going on around you. And predators are looking for prey. They want the easy target. Just like we've all seen the video and the TV shows of the lions going after the water buffalo, right? Do they go after the one that's looking at them and going, all right, are you coming? Because if you're going, I'm going to run. They don't want that one. It's too hard. They want the one that's not really paying attention, that's like, That's the one they go after. And then when they hit it and take it down, they're like, I didn't see that coming. And the rest of them are like, Fred, you idiot. How could you not have seen that coming? So that it's the same for people. Predators are looking for easy prey. So get your head out of your phone, put it in your pocket. When you arrive wherever you're supposed to be, then take it out of your pocket. If you're in the middle of a supermarket, you can have your list there. No one's going to jump you in the middle of a supermarket. But if you're walking across the parking lot, put your phone away. You don't need it right then. You can wait. So, and if somebody is calling you and you go, oh, who's that? Stop. Pull yourself to the side. Do it for a minute. Either answer the phone or put it so you can wait until you get in the supermarket and you can call them. But get your heads out of your phones, people. You need to know what's going on. If you see someone that is looking at you and it gives you an uncomfortable feeling, acknowledge them, make eye contact, say, you know, in your mind, yeah, I see you. And then break eye contact and keep going. Because you don't want to invite them into your space. So you don't want to hold eye contact and keep eye contact with them, because that's an invitation. You don't want to invite them in. You stay where you are. So you look at them. Yeah, I see you. And then you keep going. Because once you've acknowledged them, they realize you know they're there. And the element of surprise is gone. And they don't want that. They want easy.
Okay. All right. So that's a really good tip. We got trade shows coming up. So again, it's a lot of the same things we've talked about as far as trade shows are concerned. Okay. If you're parked in a garage, okay, and you're carrying packages out to the garage, ask for someone to come with you. I have on many occasions asked somebody, hey, and I'm going to do a particular shout out to Jay Scruggs, okay, who in my estimation is like the nicest guy in the universe. Hey, Jay, I got to walk out to my car with these packages. Would you mind? And he's such a Southern gentleman. He will walk you out to your car, drop your packages off. All right. Now, maybe if he's going to teach a class, but the point that I'm trying to make is that there's, first of all, there's strength in numbers. Okay. And a single target trying to balance packages and trying to get a key. That's directed towards you, Chris, by the way.
Right there.
What? No.
Okay.
No, that never happened. What? No.
Okay, so the point being is that get somebody to walk with you, because it's two people and not one single person with their mind occupied on their packages, trying to get their keys out, figuring out where they park. Because I know this is my biggest thing. Where did I park? Which aisle did I park in? Which floor did I park in? I have no idea. It's really a problem when I go fly out of SeaTac and I park my car over at Wally Park in the garage, to remember when I get back, what floor was I on? I don't remember the floor. Anyway, so there's that. Now let's address don't sleep in public places.
Okay. So there's a thing, it's called Cooper's Colors. All right. And one of the colors is white, and that's zoned out or asleep. You should never be asleep in a public place when you are alone, because you have no control over what's going on around you, such as, say, a public beach.
I don't know anyone who would do that. I don't.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm never going to live that down, am I?
No. Just say it. So,
Yes,
that's why I was muting when I wasn't talking, because I'm on speaker, because I can't get my headset to work on the phone.
Okay, so no. Okay, Daria makes a good point. Your iPhone can tell you where you parked your car when you use the car's GPS. Ooh, okay. How do I do that, Daria? You can't tell me something exists and I don't know how to use it.
Google. Google will
Yeah,
tell
so
you.
well, my car's GPS. Thank you for that. How accurate is it? Do you know?
Probably fairly accurate.
Okay. Hey, Tommy. Okay, so okay, where were we? All right, so things that you do have control over, and what you have control over is your awareness of what's going on around you. Okay.
Also, if someone approaches you and asks you for the time, you are not. I understand that people like to be polite. And if you are out, I'm saying at a trade show, if another groomer comes up and goes, "Hey, what time is it?" That's very different. But if you're out on, say, a New York City street or in Las Vegas, because it happens a lot in Vegas. "Hey, do you have the time?" And it takes only a second for you to break your concentration on what you're doing, to look at your watch, to have a purse that is cross body ripped from yourself. Literally, minor moments. And it's so easy and so fast, there's nothing you can do. So the answer to, do you have the time, is yep, and keep walking. Because it's not your job to give it to them. Everybody's got a phone. Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, if I'm on a New York City street trying to get somewhere, or in Vegas, on a shady area, Vegas, I think my answer is just keep walking and pretend they don't exist.
That works
That
too.
works too.
But the acknowledgement that they're there and you're kind of like, well, it's one of these fingers, not the bent one, kind of an acknowledgement saying, "Yep, I do. Get out of my way," and you're moving. Yeah. Yeah, like that. So, and yes, never wear headphones in public. Because you need to hear what's going on around you. For those of us that can't hear anyway, jealous, but you should be aware of not only visually, but if you can, hear what's going on around you. And calling for help, unfortunately, in most cities in the United States, no one's going to help you. But if you yell fire, people will look.
Okay, Daria had someone try to take her iWatch off right on the Penn Station on the escalator. Yeah, they're fast. Pickpockets are fast.
Oh, they're unbelievably fast. They're unbelievably fast.
Okay, so Pooh's making an appearance, and Pooh has a new name. He's somebody referred to him as the Sweatshirt Devil, and he really likes that name.
Well,
So
actually, Daria, it makes you more of a target to have headphones in, because it's much easier to approach you without you noticing. And like Mindy said, to get the keys out before leaving the indoor place you're at. Your key should be in your hand, simply because you can hurt someone with a key just by poking them with it, where your fingers and your hands don't hurt as much. But a metal key, you can scratch them, you can scrape them. And let me tell you, getting hit with a key hurts.
Okay, so Pooh with a little heart here. It likes to be known now as a sweatshirt devil. Says it's more in line with his aesthetic.
Yeah, it's pretty fitting.
Okay, all right. So and other things that we have control over. So when we're with, okay, so specifically when trade shows are out and we're there to have fun. Okay, we're there to learn, we're there to shop, and you know what? We're seeing our friends, we're seeing people we haven't seen in a while. We're going to socialize. Okay, so being aware when we're socializing, and you'll notice here, right? We got 3 women here. And all of the suggestions, with the exception of Tommy, because Tommy's an awesome human being, okay? These are all women, all right? How many men have to have these conversations?
Well, see, there's a reason. There's a reason that they don't have to have these conversations. Is from the time they are very, very small, they are taught that this is what they have to do. So they grow up with this. They're taught from the time they're little that this is something they have to do. Every guy I know has been trained, if you will, in this from the time they were wee by an uncle, a father, a grandfather, a someone. So they learned all of this growing up. We didn't. I never had this conversation with anybody, but my brother did many, many times. So, and every guy I worked with at the police department, when we were learning this, they're like, yes, we've all heard this 1,000 times. And I'm like, from who? Who told you people this? And they're like, every older guy. But no one bothers to inform women of any of this. But guys do it all the time.
All right, Tommy says it doesn't hurt to look menacing. So those who know my husband know him for the teddy bear that he is. He looks scary if you don't know him. So yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes that-
People have said that about my husband too, and I don't get it. But I have a broken bit, and I'm not easily menaced.
See, I think
he looks like a teddy bear.
Right, he does.
he does.
He does.
I'm not easily menaced. I am the one that thinks that I can look menacing.
No.
Broken bits. That's all I can say.
Another thing at trade shows, people don't put your purses on the ground. One of these days, I swear to God, I am going to go into Vistaprint and I'm going to make up little cards that say, please don't leave your purse on the ground. I could have stolen it. But I didn't. And I'm just going to drop it in every single purse that I see sitting on the ground while people are distracted making a purchase. And not only is it on the ground, it's on the ground and open. And I'm like, why? Do you know? And they're not
And cell phones. Mindy, how many cell phones per show do either get left at the booth or people come around looking for their cell phone / wallet because they put it down?
Oh my God. And how many of us have got our credit card information on our phones?
Yeah. And like Tommy said, people use their kids to pick up purses and walk away. Happens all the time. And at a trade show, it would be so easy to walk out of there with, now at Intergroom, because I count. This is now my thing. It has been for a couple of years. Over from Thursday to Sunday, there were 50 purses that were just swipeable. So I could have gone through 50 cards, just drop them in. At some point, I'm going to do this because it makes me absolutely crazy.
Yeah, well, any place that is open in the public area. My daughter went on a trip when she was in college with some friends, and they went to Budapest. All right. And she was pickpocketed. Fortunately for her, all they took was money and not her passport.
So when I was over in Greece, I was 18, and my father and I had a chat before we parted ways, and he said, keep all of your money, because debit cards weren't a thing back then. I'm that old. And I didn't have a credit card. I wasn't like old enough. I didn't have that. So I had cash. He said, take the insole out of your sneaker, put the cash under there, put half in each shoe, and keep the equivalent of like 20 American dollars in your pocket. So I did that.
Okay, so Brad Williams, a comedian, a little person comedian, has a whole bit about when he traveled somewhere in South America and they said carry a fake cell phone and wallet so that when you get mugged, you just hand this to them and you still have your stuff. So, thank you. Loki is hilarious. But, so, he got separated from his friends. They were like, oh, we'll get the car, wait here. So he was by himself and he got robbed. And he was actually excited because not only did he read the pamphlet and have the fake phone to hand and wallet to hand him, but what do you think he did with the fake phone? He took several pictures. A whole bunch of pictures.
Okay.
He took a bunch of dick pics.
Oh.
He just crotch, yes. So then, oh, really, Loki? Yes, Loki's like this, and shows his butt. Yeah. Just took all these pictures of his junk. So then he was just delighted. Like, this guy's now going to be, what the hell?
That's awesome.
Pretty much.
Well, I
got a question for Minnie. So now, my Apple Watch does have my Apple Card associated with it because I don't wear the Apple Watch that often. But it does come in handy when you could just tap a purchase. Okay? So my question is, because I don't know this answer. If I have that Apple Watch on and it has my Apple Card on it, okay, can somebody walk by with a scanner and scan my card? I don't know the answer to that. I guess we're going to Google that right now.
Yeah.
And Daria, yes, he put his own pics of his own junk on the fake phone so that if somebody mugged him, they would be rewarded with a bunch of pics. And Loki says hello clearly and wants to be on camera a lot today.
So when I was in Greece, I did get mugged. Someone mugged me, but I only had what was the equivalent of, and this is back when it was drachma, not euros. And I had 20 American dollars or the equivalent of in my pocket. And he had a knife. So I was like, here. And he's like, where's the rest? And I turned my pockets inside out and I'm like, that's all I got. And he was like, okay. And he went on his way. There was, however, $3,500 in my shoes that he didn't get. So
Okay, that's good. Hold on. I've got a website up. Let's see. Says it's no, your Apple Watch isn't totally hacker proof. Okay, so what it says here, they actually need the watch. I'm not seeing anything where they can scan it. So if they steal the watch, they may be able to do it. Okay.
Oh, here it says Apple Pay payments can be stolen from your iPhone over the air.
Ooh, what article is that? See the sleuthing we are doing for you guys. What's the website?
Tom'sGuide.com. I'll put it in
Put the link here so I can read that.
So, and because of this, a hacker or crook with the right equipment in a coat pocket could lurk in subway stations in major cities and capture Apple Pay transaction from passerbys, then replay the transaction at retail stores anywhere in the world. Phone thieves could also use this method to extract money from locked phones that are continuously powered on.
Come on. Here we go.
To protect yourself from this kind of attack, do not tie a Visa card to Apple Pay's Express Transit or Express Travel mode, which are explained below. And if your iPhone is lost or stolen, use iCloud to remotely disable Apple Pay altogether.
All right, so maybe we just remove my Apple card from my iPhone. How's that?
That would do it. My Apple Wallet is empty. Well, I don't know. I know the RFID thing works with the credit cards in your wallet, but I don't know how well that would work unless you have like an RFID cover, but it would have to contain it completely. So, yeah, I didn't look up Samsung, Mindy. I only looked up Apple because I have an Apple iPhone and I have an Apple Watch. But
hey, do me a favor, Angie. Oh, here it is. No, it's not letting me click on it. Do me a favor. Send me that link like through Facebook Messenger.
Okay.
Because I want to read it.
All right.
All right. Hey, so yeah, my wallet, and I got it off of Etsy, is an RFID, so that protects my cards. But like I said, I think one of the first things I'm going to do is just take my Apple credit card off of my iPhone because that's the only card I have on that.
Yeah. So you'd have to Google the security on an RFID blocking phone case. At least I would, because unless it's completely covering the phone, then
Oh, here we go.
I don't know how well it would work. So that's an issue. You can turn off RFID in settings. Okay. So Justin says you can turn off RFID in your settings, so that it doesn't, you don't have the ability to project the number, if you will. So then you just have to turn it back on. So something to look into for those that use their phone to pay transactions. I personally don't carry a purse because when I was 17, I had just gotten paid and my rent money was in my purse. And I went out to Denny's with a bunch of friends, and we got mugged, and I lost my rent money. And that was the last time I actually carried a purse, because I was like, yeah, that was absolute garbage. So now I just I keep a very small change purse, with one card and some travel money in my front pocket. So, because if you want it, you're gonna have to take my pants. Um, there's no way you're gonna just be able to pickpocket it away. So
Well, according to here, you can add an RFID card to an Apple Wallet or a phone or a watch. So I'm going to have to look a little bit into that as well.
yeah, that's gonna take some research to sort that all
Yeah,
out.
it's going to take a little research. Now, Justin, what's NFC? Mindy? And is that Samsung or Apple? We need to get one of these up here in order to explain this to us. You know what?
See you, Tommy.
We got to run, Tommy. All right, but what is near
Field communications. It lets your
Okay.
phone communicate. So when you do this to pay,
right?
it turns that off.
Oh,
So no tappy tappy.
okay.
Yeah, Amy says rabbit hole. Indeed, rabbit hole.
Okay, so runs the RFID.
Yeah.
All right, so you know what? We need to maybe next week. Chris, mute yourself.
Well, I was gonna.
Oh, okay. Maybe we get someone on next week to discuss this.
Yeah.
All right. So to help us figure out how to do it. In the meantime, I'm going to do a little research myself to figure out how I can do that. Because I don't use my phone. I think my Apple Wallet here is empty. We should check that, right?
Also,
If it's on your watch, it's probably in your wallet.
Wallet and Apple Pay. The
also
only card I have on my Apple is my Apple card.
any bank accounts that you have, your bank apps on your phone, you know, where the thing says remember me, don't do that. Also, don't enable Face ID, because you don't need to be conscious for Face ID to work. So someone can hit you, knock you out, and Face ID your bank account. Yeah, it should have to be on the phone to be on the watch. I don't think that's a separate thing.
All right, so you know what? That's going to require a little bit of homework on my part. So thank you, everyone, for putting something else on my to-do list before I go on vacation.
And before this weekend.
Yes,
Yes,
and if you
get arrested, they can use Face ID without permission. And Justin, it makes a fantastic point. You can always get a kangaroo pouch or something that goes under your shirt that you can keep things in.
Yeah.
That is a fantastic thing. And the kangaroo pouches, a lot of them are very thin, and they wrap around your front, and they fit quite nicely behind a pair of jeans, and they're not noticeable. So they work. And this weekend, I will be at Mary's.
Yes, Angie's coming to visit. So next Tuesday, we will do a live stream, and Angie will be like right here.
Yes.
So that'll be good. And that was one of the things we wanted to talk about, but apparently we're out of time.
We've been out of time. I'm about to, like, eat my cat's ear.
All
All
right.
right,
So,
so
If I could, I absolutely would, but the flight it's a deal. So
yeah, and there's no place here locally that I would say, hey, if I could find like if I could find a really good, if anyone in this area knows a really good German restaurant
or Polish.
or Polish, but
I'm
I
saying
like
Polish may make it better. No bias.
okay. I would like really appreciate that because I haven't had a decent German meal in like a really long time. But anyway, that's what vacations are for. All right, everybody, next week.